Welcome to part two of the proposal how-to video and build out. We've entered in our information um, to create the initial document, and we've saved it. And now we have our landing page. This landing page stays with us throughout the entire transaction and use of this property. But the next step, we'll explain other items in here, but for the purposes of this video, we'll take it to the next step of doing the proposal. So we're going to do, after we've entered all of our data and click Save Listing, we're going to come down here to the listing section and choose Documents. Then we're going to go to New Document, New and then New Document. And then we're going to want to choose Proposal right here. Once we click on that, it's going to take a few seconds and it's going to build our custom template proposal. And we'll go ahead and take it through step by step. So this is our first page. Normally this has a picture because we should have added it earlier, but it's okay. We can add a picture now and kind of take it through step by step. So up here is where we put a logo. So this is where we want to put, a come and go logo. So what we want to do, I will share with you the folder where we have a majority of the logos. But there are going to be tenants from time to time that we don't have a logo. So what we do is we get into Google and we type in come and go logo. Now, it's very important when we're looking for the logo, go to images, and it's very important that we want to get a transparent logo. So if you have a transparent option here, you want to click on that. If there isn't a transparent option, you may want to type in PNG here in the search bar. But let's see if we can find one that is transparent. This is the newer one, so I'm going to go with this. The way you know it's transparent is you see how the checkers, it started off as white, but then it turned to checkers. That's how you know it's a transparent file. So let's look at this one. This one's not. That one is. We don't want that though because it's a large frame. And then this one also is. So I think we're going to go with this one for the time being. So we'll want to save that. So go to right click on the photo here. And then we're going to click Save Image. And we're going to place it. I'm just going to place it on the desktop for now because I have it saved already. Okay, then we're going to go back over here and we're going to go to Change Image. Now I think you can just drag it in from this download spot. You can. And then it pops it right in there. Now you may need to type in fill or fit. Fit is usually the one that we click on to make sure it fits because sometimes it might be a little funky. This one, it looks a little bit bad quality. So I'm going to switch it to this one. So we're going to save this. Just save it and go back here again, change image. And then we're going to take it from here and upload it. I don't know which one's worse, but once again, fit, and we'll keep it there. Then for the main image, we usually want to get these main images from CoStar because they usually have a decent photo. For the proposal, we can use them because all their photos are copyright, so we can't use them for the listing because they'll take them down. But we sure can use them for the proposals if they're available. Otherwise, we'll use a Google Street View, which I'll also show in this video, or we can use a stock photo, which is kind of our last resort if the property is really like a dog and it looks terrible and just doesn't appease anyone. So we're going to go here and we're going to, take our address into CoStar. There it is right there. Oh, decent picture. So we'll go ahead and click on that picture, download the high res, and there it goes right there. And then we're going to come here to put this picture in. We go up here to where it says change image. And then same thing, drag that in there. Now, sometimes the image won't look very good. It'll try to fit it or stretch it. So what we can also double click on it and then, kind of mess with it here. And it's just like a standard, make the photo bigger. Oh, there we go. So we'll do something like that and then click out of it. So that's pretty much the first page. Then we're going to the second page, nothing to do here. Exclusively presented by. So this, we don't touch this part, but we do have to type in the broker of record here. To do that, we go to our broker of records website. It's bor50.com. This is Bang Realty. They're on all of our deals. We click licenses, all of our deals outside of California. Click licenses, and then we're going to go to Missouri and get the Missouri license. So the name is Bang Realty-Missouri Inc. So we want to copy that and then paste it in here. Now, really important, you don't want to just paste because it gets all funky like this. So what you want to do is you want to go up to edit up here and then click paste and match style. So then it comes in nicely the way, with the rest of the text. So Bang Realty Missouri Inc. And then we're going to put RE um, for real estate and then number. And then we're going to go get their real estate number. It's always the license number on the left, not the one on the right. Usually they're the same. Sometimes they differentiate, but I always use the one on the left. So, and then once again, bring that in here and then paste and match style. And then you're done with that page. 1 second. Okay, and then these are all pages that kind of are outdated, really. The About Prime Net Lease page. I mean, we can keep these all in there. But you don't touch these as far as the proposal goes. Some agents will take them out depending on their needs. So then this is essentially our pricing page where we have the price and all the pertinent info. We got to put a photo in here. So for the purpose of this one, we'll just use the same photo because it's the only one we have. Then over here, we used to put a nice, property description in here. But now, and moving forward, we're gonna just omit that and gonna go ahead and just put the highlights in this particular section. So we're gonna go in and we're gonna go to options and then go to left contents and we're gonna remove property description. Okay, now we have all of our highlights here. What we need to do is we need to just highlight them and then Control B to bold this part to make it stand out. Control B, Control B, Control B. Then we're going to go over here to sale price and we're going to bold that as well. The sale price and the actual price itself. The complete highlights page, we're going to start removing that from this portion of it. We have the highlights there. We don't need an unnecessary additional page. So you're going to come over here to the left of the screen and you're just going to uncheck the box complete highlights. Tenant summary page is next. It always comes preloaded with come and go because that's what I had put in there when we got these originally made. But we have a lot of pages already done over here on the side, as you can see, tenant summary, Arby's, DG, Sheets, DQ, Burger King, Pet Suites. It just goes on and on from all the various proposals that have been done. So you can pretty much grab any one of these if it fits. Otherwise, you have to create this page. You can basically go to these companies' websites and get all this info, get a summary of them. You can also take it from other marketing packages found on Crexy. Um, but overall, pretty self-explanatory. Extra photos, if we have them. We don't have them. Location, location info is just some maps. So very important. The regional map is going to show a zoomed out version of where this is located. So we want to show that this is located. This happens to be in Springfield, so we're going to show it more zoomed in than usual, just so people can see like, hey, this really is in downtown Springfield. So we'll probably keep it about right there. That way they know. The marker, we want to change it to the company marker. It looks a little bit nicer, probably net lease logo. Um, then we're going to go to location map. Location map, we can still keep it, but we need to zoom out a little bit of it. It's it's a little too close, so we'll probably do it like a 14. You still want to see the major streets and parts of the city, so probably about 13. That's a pretty good one right there. And then that leaves that. Aerial map is a little bit intense, so I will come back to this. May even take a separate video. So we'll just keep moving along, but this is also an important part. So next is the financial analysis. Financial analysis is basically that rent roll that you did before. So a couple things you need to change here. Um, we like to bold the top row. So we'll bold that all the way across. Okay, and then we need to add the term remaining, which is 2+ years. And we're going to bold that also. Now, at this step, we remove this 2400 because it's redundant, and we move the option over to here. And that pretty much does it for this page. Fairly simple. We need to have all this in the rent roll so it calculates the figures, but once we get it in here, we take those things out and make those changes. The next thing is your sale comparables. Sale comparables, finding them is a different video, I think. You go on CoStar and you find them. Um, but I think that we can make a different video of that. Or actually, let's go ahead and do one. So I will just input the ones that we already have. So I know we have come and go comparables. So I'm just going to toss them in here. Um, these are just for the purposes of the video here. Come and goes that have sold. We want to find, come and goes that are within the price range of what we're proposing this particular property at. So we don't want, like, we're proposing this at a 7.5 cap. We don't want a bunch of come and goes that are 5 cap or anything like that. So I'm actually going to get rid of this one, and we want to have, usually 5 is a good number to have on these. So I got 5 in there. So once you select 5, or when you're coming in to enter new ones, we enter them here. I'll show that in a different video. But click on adding comps. If you need to reorganize them, we can drag them here. But for the purposes here, we're fine as is, and then you're gonna click done editing. Once you click done editing, it's gonna create this comp page for you, and it's gonna show you the comps and a nice little map. For this come and go, it all came out pretty good. Doesn't show any unnecessary data that we don't need, but sometimes it'll show like extra rows, which you can then go into options here, and you can change, the columns. You can, take out like number of units. It's not in here, but sometimes that'll be in there. So you take that out. Sometimes you may want to add, depending on the property, you may want to add year built if that's something you're really trying to highlight. In this case, we can do that here. But 5 rows is really the max without making it kind of look too bad. So we're going to go ahead and move on. Then this is This is also autofills from basically everything you've entered into the comps. These are just some nice comp pages. The reason this isn't showing a photo is because we only added the photo in here directly through here, and we didn't add it earlier. So we'll go back and do that photo after. Demographics. So demographics, it auto-filled here. This is not a good demographic, so I'll show you how to change this. We usually want the demographics to be at 1 mile, 3 mile, 5 mile. If it's a popular area, if it's a rural area, we'll do 2 mile, 5 mile, 10 mile. So we'll go back and change that right now. And then here, same thing. There's no photo because we didn't put it in at the beginning, but you just go up to change image and put that same photo in that we put in. And then lastly, once again, we have to add Bang Realty into here. So I'm just going to scroll up. Oh, I'm just going to scroll up to the first page, second page. And now I can actually just do a regular copy and paste because it's going to copy and paste in the same format. So just click that, Control V, and there it is. Looks just in line with the text. So that pretty much does it for this part of the proposal. This, aside from the changes that we need to make in the map, um, the aerial map, and the demographics, this is pretty much a ready proposal. So let's go ahead and we're going to go back to our main landing page, click Done Editing. And then we're gonna go to, now we want to go down here to media. This is where we want to put in that photo so to make sure it pops up in all of the places on its own. So if you put that photo in first, we'll prove the photo that we're licensed to use it, even though we're not. But it's not going anywhere. It's just for our internal proposal. And then we're going to click on Save Media. Then suddenly that photo should pop up right here. It may take a refresh, and then it'll pop up in our places on the proposal itself. Demographics is down here. Very simple to change those demographics. You just go to the radius, 3 and 5 mile, and then we're gonna regenerate data. It'll take a second, and then it'll populate the brand new data for us. So as you can see, the demographics are much better now. 5,000, 11,000 people, 85,000, 180,000 people. And now that we did that, that photo also popped up in here. So now we will go back to the document, and now we have that proposal document created here. So we can continue editing it by clicking Edit, or clicking this gear icon and then clicking Edit. So once it loads, it should have that photo and that comp page that we were missing, and it should also have the updated demographics. So I'm going to scroll down on the left here to that comp page, and there it is. The photo is now in there, and then I'm going to scroll down to demos, and as you can see, those updated as well. Much better demographics with a bigger area. Now, the final part and the most time-consuming part of this is the aerial map. And the aerial map, it requires a little bit of creativity, especially when you're in a densely populated area such as this. So the easiest way to do it is you go to Edit Map, and the first thing is we need to set up the map the way we want it. So we're going to go to Options, and then we're going to click on Hybrid. Hybrid's going to show us the streets. It's also going to show us the overhead view. Now, it's a pretty busy area with a lot of things here, so we may want to zoom in more, or we may want to keep it in here. When it's a smaller rural area, you need to zoom out to really grasp the tenants and stuff that are around here. So we'll quickly see what we have based on, our initial search. So the first thing you do is you click on recognizable, you highlight over these tenants, and we want to add things that are recognizable. Um, so here, for example, or that we already have logos in. That's a good cheat sheet for you because if it already has a logo, it means we've used it in the past. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Sleep Number, Starbucks, Great Southern Bank, Gabe's, Panera Bread, McDonald's, Longhorn, Five Guys, Starbucks again, Bank of America, Olive Garden, Chili's. As you can see, it goes on and on and on. I don't see the scooters in the screen though. When you don't see things in the screen, you don't need to add them because that means they're on the perimeter of that. So we can go ahead and where's the scooters? Great Southern Bank's up there. Well, I have the scooters just because we don't the Duncan because we don't know where it is, but same with the scooters. But pretty much add anything that's in this area. The next thing we want to do, because as you can tell by the photo, there's a ton of other stuff here. So, and this thing doesn't pick up, it only picks up retailers, but it misses gas stations and it misses a lot of other stuff. So what we do is we get our address, 29, 100 National, and we go to Google Maps. So maps, and then 2930 South National Avenue. And you can already see just off of the jump that there's a bunch of other stuff here. So you zoom in and sometimes we even go as far to going on the street, which we may need to get everything that's within the vicinity. So I'm going to start here with what's right, what's there that's really important. Taco Bell is a big one. Captain D's is also famous. So those are things that didn't pop up initially. So we're going to go here and we're going to type in taco. And then you'll see, that's funny. You'll see that Taco Bell is right there. Cadoba's there suddenly. There's another Taco Bell somewhere in here, not in the photo. So we'll keep that out. But so we got the Taco Bell and go back here. And so it's kind of a little bit of back and forth. It's really good to have this on two screens. So I'm going to move this to the second screen right now, and you can see me enter them in. So Captain D, Captain D, we're going to add that. Then I'm going to go, and it's good to just go in one direction. So I'm going to go this way first. So Pep for Pep Boys. That's got to go in there. Firestone's there also. We got Sleep Number. I think we got a vitamin shop. Might pop up. A vitamin shop. Commerce Bank. Oh, we got a GNC as well. Commerce. Commerce Bank is a good one that we'd want to add the logo to. So I'll put that in to show that. We got Great Southern. We got Gables. And then so there's a ton of stuff in here. For the purposes of this video, I'm not going to make it too long by showing all of this, but I'll show you kind of how to organize it. So there's a ton more that we need to add. Even going in the other direction, there's What do we got here? We want to add like we want to point out like hospitals. There's a Jersey Mike, Jersey Mike, Jersey Mike sub right there. Cold Stone. So you kind of just go really just go down the street and just enter in everything that sounds familiar. Buffalo Wild Wings, Buffalo Wild. As you can see, sometimes you type in the first letter, it won't pop up, or the first name won't pop up. Oh, we can actually type in come and go to get ours also. Oh, why is the Maverick logo coming up? Well, come and go recently switched to Maverick, but it shouldn't be coming up here. But as you can see, there is quite a few of them within this radius here. That's why our client wants to sell. But so here's a couple of things that I'm going to show in this video. So for our location, we go on it and we click on it. We go down here on the left and replace this image first of all with come and go. This is the list of all the ones that we have saved. So as you can see, it's pretty long. Okay, so come and go. So I put that come and go in there. And what we're going to do is we want that marker to be the biggest one we have. And then the second thing we want to do is we want to give it an outline. Usually like blue because that's like our company colors. And then we may want to make that outline thick so you can see where it is, right? And then, so clicking on these, you click them once and then you click and hold and you can like move them around. So when we have and then here, let's take off our marker because that's now the come and go is going to be in place. So when we have so many things bunched up in a small place, sometimes we just, there's so much stuff, we'll zoom in and we'll make it a smaller map, which could work here. But if we don't and we want to get all this stuff in here, you can actually drag items on top of each other. So see that? So you just grab it and then you go on top and then it'll just group it. So these we've grouped and then you can play with this group as well by double clicking on it and then doing something like that. So you want to try to get it to look as, you may have to mess with it a little bit. I think this probably looks the best because if we put this there, yeah. No. And then you can also play with the padding, um, make the markers smaller, make them bigger, padding, which just means less of the white background, and move this around. So ideally, you want to have a bunch of these type of boxes pointing around. So we'll put the Taco Bell here together with this, Pep Boys, Vitamin Shop, all here, Sleep Number. Commerce, we need a logo there. So same thing for here. We're gonna bring it in like that. Probably want some, oh, there you go. All right. And we'll put that right here. So it's really a lot of just moving around and kind of making it sort of a puzzle. All right. And then the next thing is if you don't have a logo, but it's something that we click on the item and it's got no logo. So the way we get the logo is just like how we did before, Commerce Bank logo. Commerce Bank logo, um, PNG, images, PNG, and then click on it. And there you go. You see the checkers showed up. So that means it's a good logo. Save image, save it. And then I believe we can also just literally drag that image onto where it says no logo here. Boom. Yep. And there you have it. And now suddenly we have the logo. So Same thing over here. We're just gonna pile all, because there's just so much of this. We're just gonna pile it all within, little relevant points. A lot of Starbuckses. Okay. Put these together. Okay. So as you can see, there's a ton of more stuff here. But basically, once you have it filled in, it can be, pretty overwhelming. Now, the last thing I want to show is we want to point out like schools or large, apartment sites or um, sometimes golf courses, medical centers. In this case, we actually have what is the Battlefield Mall here. So although we've put all these tenants in here, we actually could put in the Battlefield Mall. So what we'll do to illustrate that is we click on this box here, which lets us draw essentially a shape around this entire thing. And then it highlights it. So what I like to do is I like to, put a little shape over it like that. And then you take a little text box and then put the text box in there. And then we'll type in Battlefield Mall. And, that's just one of the highlights that you can put in. We have also, we got a medical center down below as well, but we'll keep that out just so we can keep this in. But once you're done with the map and you've got everything in there, you want to save it, and then when you save it, don't freak out because it actually still is here. You just have to go to options and then map and then choose retailer map instead, and then boom, it's there. And that concludes the proposal. That's pretty much everything you need in there, and um, that does it. So I will provide other videos showing other things as well, but this is the two-step video of making a proposal. Thanks for watching. Comment with any questions below.